for actual brackets control.
He smoked off one big angle right there, so question for Gabby, when is he going to try and push through? That's a nice shot to bring down Rez to begin with, and now they're just going to fall right afterwards. 4 USP headshots in the middle. They could not break up the crossfire, and Hampers is on his own, and he's going to be found eventually. There's too many battles happening here. Tessus will take him down. Rushing down to help out. They can be flanking Banana really fast, so even if it looks like it's a huge risk, it has some potential upside, even if it doesn't really work out. Well, that's...
Yeah, it has a plan B.
Yeah.
It has an effective plan B.
Oh, no.
Nice nade, nice headshots, nice kills.
Very nice defensive Molotov. That does so much damage. I think they wanted to go through the nade to follow it up. S-Tag gets blown up. And this is a bit of a problem here for I think NIP. They felt there was an opening there, but they just delayed it.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to hit Rapside real hard. They have 3 smokes. They didn't even use one. They weren't trying to take brackets control. They wanted to execute a very aggressive attack towards the Rapside. Flashbang for the follow-up peek. Perfectly timed. And Alexi's left on 9 health, so he's basically done for. And Heroic looking to have another strong defensive round. Hampus caught in a battle. There goes Brol into the SMG, and now Heroic can just back away. They have so many win conditions in a 5-on-2.
Yeah, no issue at all. Rez, I think he was even throwing the bomb back when that flash came in, but obviously it doesn't help him ultimately. Still a very tough position here. AK on Hampus, and he's got the only health that really matters right now on the NIP side. 25 seconds under the flash pop setup, and it's going to be Hampus going down next, so just a very, very impressive round here for the side of Heroic. Alexi trying to make it at least a tiny bit expensive if he can. Get a couple of more kills just to... and out of control, and they're going to go into the same 4-1 split, but this time with the AWP in this position, so quite a lot more scary for NIP. If they want any information there, they could be losing a player before they even know.
Especially if they don't successfully take brackets control. If they lose too many players and they want to call an audible and rotate back to Banana, this op can really catch you off guard.
Look at an interesting little detail there for how much the audio matters. Oh, nicely done.
And Cadian's trying to play a game there. He's actually playing anti-flash. He's expecting someone to chuck a flashbang over, so he's trying to go off that timing, but obviously Brolin just deletes him.
Yeah, no flashbang required. Smoke is up. Brolin knows there's a timing here. He's going to keep going through. Another smoke even, but they run right back into Stout, and it's a beautiful triple. Actually, Tessus took down one of them there on Alexi. That's a little bit shocking. He wrapped around to get that one. But that was an opening. I don't think Brolin was wrong. He knew that there was an opening there, but one of them slipped right through. Good double on Stout. Tessus on the other one.
It's
S-Tag and Hampers left.
It's good utility from Heroic to actually shut down that gap that Brolin was exploiting. He had the right read, the right call, just perfect flashbang.
Gabby running under the site, making a little bit of noise, but inside of the bomb site again, playing slight anti-flash, or at least trying to a shush. S-Tag now in a 1 versus 4 to try and... Good grenades. Yeah, keep it up. Blowing up Brolin, who's been the man to try and enter onto Banana a couple of times. Stout, I think, kind of in a... I don't know if it's an official battle, but, you know, him and Blamef probably as the 2 best players in Denmark at the moment.
Sure.
It feels like.
Ooh, Shush has the timing just about perfectly. Molotov lands shallow enough to have cut off and caused that attack to be split, so NIP backs away from it, but they definitely wanted a Hulse pop with Alexi B chilling in middle.
Yeah. Once that's been revealed, they maybe don't want to go back to it. Good shot there from Rez to take down Tessus. That's at least a start. Let's see if they can continue. Some flashes to slow them down. And the Molotov on top, down to 55 seconds.
It's not an emergency scenario, though, because, again, Heroic had 4 players here, so even though he goes down, I mean, there's still players here to pick up the pieces. Cadian's got to be a little bit cautious about providing support over to the B bomb site, and he just used both of his support flashbangs, so he's just gun out for the rest of the round.
Be careful about peeking too deep into that lane when you've got Tech-9s on the other side. Molotov's not really going to bother him, and he'll take down S-Tag first, quick around the corner here, and now the problem is they're going to realize no one's on Banana as well. I think Stout is looking down that way, so they know everything they need to right now. They're all in a good position for the rest of this round. 20 seconds left, and NIP needs some absolutely stunning headshots to make this work. Rez is going to get the kill on Shush. It's a nice start here. 15 seconds to jump around the corner and then take down Yabi as well. 10 seconds left, and Stout is just showing up, but the flash is not enough, and Alexi, he can't get that bomb planted, and there's no time for Hampers. He's got the bomb, sure, but he can't actually get the plant, so Really, really close to NIP threading the needle on this one, but they can't win the round, and they might, well, they almost lost the AWP as well.
Man, that was actually such a good round from NIP also. The way they were actually able to find these kills, that smoke forces Shush to swing much wider than...
Aggressive move coming in. Tesses will get a kill, but Stout goes down first, death for him.
Yeah, but look at the damage that Stout did. I mean, he's the kill that Cadian cleans up with a nade on Rez, and look at Alexi's HP at 36, so even in a loss, you've done great damage, and the kill from Tesses making it an equalizer just gives you a huge advantage.
And it gets a different look again from the CT side. We've had the 4-1, we've had the early 3-man stack at Banana, now the push down the middle. It's a lot
risky,
to work
though.
With. Yeah, very risky. Hampers going to be rewarded for his patience. And Shush, well, I guess it's like a calculated risk. Obviously, they know that can happen, but they're sort of saying, well, let's see if we can really rattle NIP and just completely make them feel like nowhere is safe.
Yeah, if nobody's home there, you have a huge advantage flank. And you probably are able to give some warning over to Tesses, but he's got a deep position in Banana as well, so equally, he's an early warning system. This is going to be on Cadian. This time he's got Molotov, smoke, flashbang. He's got plenty of utility to deal with this.
Yeah, but the problem is that AWP is going to be useless inside of the smoke, right? So he might... Oh, he finds a gap. That is a great shot. I thought maybe he was just going to be isolated in there, and eventually they could take him down for the smoke, but getting that kill is everything. Alexi's going to find him, and yeah, spins around, realize they're right up next to him. If they don't fight him right here, I don't think he can get out of pit. He needs the one-on-one battle to work out. Otherwise, there's not going to be a bomb plant. 18 seconds. He's starting to make a little bit of a move, but again, Heroic are staying really far away from him, making this almost impossible. He's finally going to go for it, but now he's also trapped inside of the bomb site, which will surely be his grave as well. No way out of this one, you have to assume. He's going to pick up one of them. Testis on the other side. I'm shocked that Alexi even got into the 1v1 once the bomb was planted. That's actually really well played.
Yeah, but you got to give a shout out to Tessis. He's the one who showed presence, kind of shooting at Alexi's flank when he was in pit. He was shooting over by Haycard, so the reposition to wrap around towards small pit and actually work with his teammate. You could see Alexi after he gets that first kill, he immediately turns towards lane. Yeah. That's where he last knew the position. So well done from Tessis to give yourself an advantage in that situation. But you're exactly right. That's a wonderful shot on the Yabby just with 9 HP. And no real information. That's always going to be a tough...
Really curious about how this double up is going to be playing out. Because obviously for retakes, it could be a disaster. But also, it can really trick the T side. If they run into it on one side of the map and then they also run into a secondary AWP somewhere else, you might not be expecting that on Inferno. It's a little bit rare. Yabby almost goes down. It's a good pre-fire, but what a nade as a return.
Yeah, that might almost even be worth it. If Yabby doesn't know it at the moment, it's unconfirmed damage, but man, that chunks down 3 players, softens them up, and they bail out. Back to the A bomb site we go, where Hampus has moved towards the end of halls.
This can actually work out for NIP. If they get one good entry here, they can probably crack open the bomb side like they've almost done a couple of times before. That this kind of a setup does get really weak if you lose, let's say, pit or even this corner, but Stown is quick with that flick. Going to be taking down Alexi, and time is running down again. Only 16 seconds on the clock. They're getting close, but it might not matter at the end. This AWP taking out way too many players, and with 10 seconds left, it's Brawlin to pick up a couple of kills, and they will at least secure the bomb plant here. Tough after plant coming in from NIP with the health that they have left. This
is what we just talked about, though. These are the rounds they have to actually close out. They've gotten close. These are the ones that can actually get you over the hump and make this competitive.
Well, Tessa's just throwing over the Molotov towards Cadian, so he's going to have a little bit of a lineup that maybe he remembers. And that's pretty nerdy. Goes over, flashes in. They try to isolate the fight. Brolin not sure when to peek. Rez is in the corner, very low on health already. There's a good shot, and they can't spin quick enough, but Cadian through the wall. He probably thought, he doesn't have a kit. He's back for it again. He bumped into the pillar. Did he slow himself down? I think he just might have it in the...
All finals, that was FaZe taking on OG. OG had FaZe in similar positions a couple of times on the first map and let them all kind of go to waste. Weren't able to capitalize on any of the low economy situations and finally fully reset the money. And against a favorite like FaZe, against a favorite in this matchup like Heroic, if you don't punish these situations, you're going to be in for a long half.
It's already been on a knife's edge for NIP so far to even get here. All right, it's the start of the peel back from the B bomb site, but there's a timing window right now where NIP could find a very weak defense up close with the SMGs. Shush. Crouch down. Oh, and they have the right idea. I can't believe he's still alive. That should have been the opening kill right there. And finally, the grenade will catch him, but it's bought some time, and the rotations started to peel in now. 2 versus 3. No shot there through the smoke, unfortunately. And with the AWP, it's an expensive weapon to lose. You could see Cadian's already saying, you know what, this is not really worth it. Although Stown, oh my god, one click to delete Hampus from the round. And he's trying to keep going. He really wants to find some more luck here.
Yeah, but Cadian's not involved in this whatsoever, so Stown's gonna back away surely. I mean, if he gets a kill through the smoke, if he gets lucky, he'll go for the 1v1. But there's no way they commit to this now. No kits as well. And ooh, Rez almost. The timing is almost there. Stown now trying to find the escape route. A second round for NIP. Economic advantage for NIP, and it gets worse as Stown is caught.
Good spot from Rez. That's pretty important right there. LXC is going to get picked off.
One deagle is picked up. Some utility is picked up. But you're really relying on Cadian to give you some openings, and he's going to try and cover a mid push. Ooh.
Not that much to work with. He almost got that shot. The Mac 10, though.
That's the bomb.
Yeah, that is the bomb. A little bit awkward. Obviously, they can't really defend it here. They're going to try and keep going. And they run right into the AK of Rez. 2 versus 3, and good clear from Hampus, making sure that nobody is escaping from that fight. Brolan surely going to be picking up Stown here. Oh, no. I take it back.
Yeah, you better. Well, this gets dicey. Cadian trying to protect the bomb as best he can, but with the smoke down, at this point, you have to gamble if you're Cadian and it's down. You just say, let's meet up at a bomb site, and let's hope they hit it. We'll have a chance. If not, we save the weapons.
Yeah, that is definitely the best choice at the moment, and seems like they're going to end up in the wrong spot.
That's a cool idea. I don't mind that from Heroic whatsoever. Using the AWP to kind of cover a mid push, it obviously gets you that first kill, and things could have got a little bit crazy. But once you get to the bottom of mid with just USPs, unarmored USPs, it's just like, where do we go? And then all of a sudden, you've lost the bodies that make moving around the map for Heroic so intimidating.
Well, they're back in the right position. Cadian here with the AWP. Oh, shoots right between them. That is close. At least the bomb is going to be planted here for NIP, and that surely is a good sign. Trying to get in there with the deagle for another kill, but Stown is going to be found, and now it's just a question of whether or not Cadian can save this AWP. He's going to be able to, wreck that player around the corner. So, good job so far. It's the 3rd round for NIP, and Heroic, I don't know. Again, like I agree that can work. All it takes is maybe for one more kill there on the side of Heroic, and things get really awkward.
Yeah, I think it's also a kind of a curse of where their money was at. If they'd had like maybe a few P250s or another deagle pushing down middle instead of just the USPs. But once these guys go down at the bottom of mid, there's now no more bodies to kind of give Cadian information to protect people from sneaking up on the extremities around the AWP. So it does kind of limit and neutralize Cadian.
They might try and just speed it up. Yeah, they're not going to slow down. Heroic caught with nades in hand. They're not ready at all. Tessus absolutely taken down. That was just pure timing from NIP, and you could see how effective it is. Heroic had plenty of nades to try and slow that down, but they were just not ready for it. Nade around the corner. They come off the bomb plant, and that's a nice swing from Stown, though. A little bit delayed once again. 3 versus 4, but Cadian, he knew that bomb was being planted, and he was feeling greedy for just a second to try and see if he could stop it, and that's what got him killed.
That's a wonderful hit from NIP. As you mentioned, they creep up, and they actually begin the hit before the utility comes out. It goes on the fly, so there's just so little warning for the Heroic players to get set, and as you mentioned, deploy the counter utility. Nicely done. All right, NIP's found a little bit of swagger. They found some grouped up timing hits instead of spreading out, instead of trying to take standard control. When you're getting picked apart there, switch things up and actually just attack the bomb sites directly and aggressively, and it's found a few knockout punches here. They closed the gap to just 3.
Yeah, and this is surely now that was a very small opening, is growing into a much more interesting first half here. 7-4, but again, the money for the CT side looking desperate at the moment. They get to save a couple of rifles here, but that is...
Oh, good spray from Stown. Completely blinded, a little bit lucky. Think of how this 4-round run from NIP has started as well. Remember, that was that desperate hit onto the A bomb site where Cadian didn't have the kit, went to pick it up and ran into a box or a pillar on the way back and just missed the defuse by a millisecond. That's how this has all began. That's how quickly this half can spiral out of control and has spiraled out of control.
I can't believe they've done that to Brolan. He absolutely was ready for that fight, and then the blind spray just works out. Pop over, but close in the corner is Stown, and he's able to pick up a lot of damage. Almost taking down Tessus, but not quite. Hampus can't catch him. And it's a good defense once again set up here from Heroic. Hampus on his own, 1 versus 4. And again, the kind of player mechanically that could clutch around like this if they give him the opportunity, but if they're a little bit smarter about it, they should be able to isolate him very well. There's the first one. He's down to 9 health, though. And on NIP's side, yeah, they can still buy after this round, but they have to be careful themselves.
Yeah, Hampus needed that clean. He needed that first fight clean, as you mentioned, if he wanted a chance at anything. Well, there's still money for NIP. They can fight right back. 3 rounds remaining in this first half.
They're in that position right here. Gonna be some nades down to second mid. shox is ready for that silent boost if they want to try it. Oh, right up. The spray is in, and Hampus is down. He committed to that. Not worried about a swing coming in from either side. And that's got to be frustrating. Silent boost there. Normally the way to go, but this time it just backfired.
Ooh, good kill for Alexi. Moving up and taking control of Banana. Still 2 defenders at the B bomb site. Cadian shifted over at the perfect moment. Goes quiet on the map. Both teams calling a stalemate. Not enough manpower for NIP to take control of brackets at the moment. And content to have control of Banana. But now with the defense split 2-2, they can really find some weaknesses at this bomb site. This would be a great round, obviously, as we can see, to hit the rap side. If you know you've pulled that, or if you feel you've pulled that second player, that third player over to the B bomb site, that's the part of the map you would expect to be wide open.
And they've been doing so much good work, you know, clearing out the pit almost every time they've managed to get here. So 30 seconds, preemptive smoke to go down, and shox, even blind, is able to get the kill. Gavi doing the best that he can, but it is not enough. Still a 2-for-2 trade coming into the bomb site, and they're gonna get the bomb plant and set themselves up quite nicely.
Brolin's been stellar on these A takes.
Yeah.
He had the double entry earlier into the bomb site. Now he's got it over in pit.
They still have that Molotov on res, so let's see. Setting up a smoke towards the pit. Cadian has a Molotov of his own. Actually, inside of the bomb site, so creating a little bit of a wall for them to work with. But they have to be fairly quick with it here. This is a quick bomb plant for NIP, so not a lot of time left. Rez, what a turnaround. Look at the confidence on that first shot. No problem at all. Double kill for Rez to close out the round, and finding a 5th for NIP.
Oh, this is not fun if you're heroic. You're probably disappointed that NIP's keeping it this close, and now also once
Cadian ready for a second try, and this time he will take down Alexi, and Hampus, who was going to be maybe the guy to get the revenge kill there, taken down by shox. So that's a little bit awkward. Test this out in the open, and he can't escape. 1 versus 2 here for Stown. He's got an MP9. I mean, he might just try and run for it and see if he can do something. But NIP, I can't believe they made their way through.
No, I can't believe they've actually turned this into a great half. Completely different team in the later stages of this opening half. They've done a great job of, even if they're losing some of those initial fights, especially to the ops, of just punishing the repeaks, punishing the follow-up fights.
And once you lose a player up in apps this time, because Hampus going down, that should be a very, very hard time to take the A bomb site, because you just know you're running in, you could get shot in the back, but it didn't seem to bother them at all.
That's pressure that's alleviated, I think, by the follow-up peak from KD and Effie, where he slides out a little bit wide and
Probably,
gets picked off. Like, that there is not where you want to take that fight when you have a teammate up in those halls, right? Like, the kind of like the dead zone for that sort of a trap is right by the default plant position.
Yeah.
And Cadian's taking a fight that's way too deep that his teammate can't be involved in. Forces him to swing a little bit wider as well. Actually, it's basically at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, probably way too aggressive. That gave a huge opening for NIP to get back in. That's actually might be an interesting round to...
Gotten to the bomb site 5 times in those 6-round wins. They've just been able to crack open this defense at will.
Not bad. Up close, though. And yeah, 2 people that you're going to be fighting. Cadian gets blown up, peeking that on his own. And unbeknownst to NIP, this is an empty bomb site, but they might just sniff it out. They're slowly making their way there. Only reinforcements is Tessus with the Deagle showing up at the corner, and the smoke is at least gonna get him onto the bomb site, although only really barely. I think they know now. They realize, yeah, you know what? That was a rotation to be the only defense here. He actually does get the kill on one of them, picks up an AK. He shouldn't get away with this. That should be the end of his career in the bomb site, and finally it will be. Hampus just controlling the rotation and realizing, yeah, there's a couple of people coming in. He knows where the rest are.
Look at the utility as well. Rez got a smoke Molotov. Nice and easy. Drops the smoke over to Alexi, who deploys it. And you're going to kind of have to come through this, I guess. Because Rez has already cleared CT spawn.
Yeah, trying to get the boost on over, but that is already well, it was being looked at. A little bit of a slip up, perhaps. Still, they're in a great position. Smokes, nades, everything going down. Shush gets blown up. And NIP, after a dreadful beginning in this half, they got absolutely wrecked by Heroic. They bring it back into an 8-7 scoreline. That is going to be absolutely amazing.
A 7-1 run to close out the first half for NIP. Now they get to switch over to the CT side. And let's see if their defense can contain the Danes.
Hampus crouching in, trying to get that early USB headshot, but he is very low on health behind it. Glocks were out there waiting for him. A lot of them are down on Banana. Heroic. It's emotionally a very strange way to start this one. Obviously, both teams are in a great position to try and do a lot here, but you must feel like if you're Heroic, like we should have crushed them. We had them absolutely where we wanted them, and somehow they slipped out, and now we're actually in a little bit of trouble potentially. Rez is here on his own. Could be a lot of people around the corner. You need straight, clean USB headshots with no delay. There's one, but the follow-up is good for Stown, and they're going to be able to go behind it.
Yeah, I think you hustle into this too if you're Heroic. Although they don't pull the trigger, they're expecting some kind of a stack, and there's the Julies. Now you have to go. Now you have to move into the B bomb site. Utility being sent out. Alexi's going to get one chance. Their peak before the smoke plumes, and might have stuck around a little bit long, but he survives and falls back. 3 on 4. This is still winnable for Heroic.
Yes, definitely is. Julies is starting to get there as well. Smoke is going to be fading sooner rather than later. No kit in play at the moment, but they have some time here to go for the retake, and they certainly have the manpower as well. Even if some of them are a little bit low on health, that's a good start. And now they're getting cleaned up. Stown has to play aggressively, but he goes down so soon that they're surely going to come and check. There's one for Shush. He needs the next two. Jump around the corner and Shush. He's almost got the round. 3 bullets left and he can't find it. S-Tag able to take him down at the end. My God, that is close.
Yeah, and he had to press the issue. You got to feel for him running out of ammunition, but he can't fall back and tuck in and reload because he's missed the timing. S-Tag is going to have the new magazine in his chamber a lot faster. Brolin gets the critical kills. That one on the lurk and that onto Cadian. Maybe a bit ill-advised for Cadian to take that quick jiggle. Could have just tucked in and played the crossfire and...
From NIP. I mean, if they're successful in doing that, maybe that'll give them some of the momentum that they've lost back. Rez seeing the gun barrel, he knows what is coming next. And he's going to fall back to safety. So good setup. Smoke is up as well to make sure there's no punishment coming in. And even yeah, could be a decent nade. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, chunks down 3 players pretty decently. Pretty hefty. Diego wants to challenge out towards Rap side. AK-47 still not in play. Missed shot from Yabby. There's the AK for the trade, but look at the trap that's set up. There's even one more coming through the smoke. No chance for Stown. No way to...
Well, if it works out, then all is forgiven. Oh, failed on the boost. That's concerning. Counter flash comes out, and it punishes them quite a lot.
Ooh.
Even trade, the follow-up nade is even better, and that's... They're in trouble once again.
Yeah, really softened up and used a lot of utility as well to neutralize a lot of the banana presence from the defense. So Heroic's going to rotate back towards the A bomb site, but they've only got smokes and Molotov. They have no flashbangs to take anyone off the angle. And S-Tag's got a flashbang to set up Rez for a peek. If he wants it.
Yeah, Yabby denied the information and wanted to look into the bomb site, but they just smoked him off, and now they're going to be creeping around. This is actually a pretty good read, but they get caught before they could get there. If they'd actually made their way to the corner, that would have been huge. Now fighting inside of the flames, and you can't really do that. Stown goes down eventually, and Yabby's now in a 1 versus 3. Bomb plant might be nice here in terms of just getting the extra cash, but ultimately, they would love to win this clutch. Yabby, as we said, he's been powering up inside of this team, been playing better and better to the role, but this is a huge ask at the moment. He's got 5 kills so far in this map. Let's see what he could do down in the pit. They do have a Molotov as well, so once they realize where he is, that might be even trickier. Up on the bicycle, trying to take that early fight, but they're just going to all peek him at once, and that is a solid retake. Going to be coming through. NIP, a little bit dangerous in that round, but they made it out.
I was going to say, that's a very dangerous rotation from S-Tag to go join up with Rez on the Rap side. If they actually make it up, if they never peek, or if there's any kind of a play towards hulls, or even just a smoke, all of a sudden, you're playing retake on that bomb site. I think you might just call for the blanket save in a 4-on-4. But man, that peek is perfectly timed from Rez. Right when
it's happening, it just looks like a fairly even game, but the truth is, NIP have just looked unstoppable for like, I don't know how many rounds in a row now. It's been a lot.
Two defenders spotted towards lane, but NIP immediately change it up. Hampus and Rez join up on rap side with S-Tag holding on to pit. No one's home.
Oh, that's an opening. Brolin had a similar kind of opening in the first half. This time it's down to take down Alexi. And a 4-on-5. And some decisions, hard choices to be made now on the NIP side. What do you do behind this?
Well, they're cheating two players over. They're saying, okay, you got that pick really early on. You're going to take that space. Brolin's playing a dangerous game. There's a gap in it, though. He doesn't realize Tessus has already gotten past him, but this could catch Shush off guard.
And if you find Brolin, you might not expect for another two players to be behind, so he's going to get knocked out. But let's see if Heroic are ready for the double setup that's still at this bomb site. Hampers going to get a kill right there. 40 seconds on the clock, and they're trying to test that smoke. Rez is going to be found. What a play from Stown. That's actually disgusting. He's on 4 health when he does it, and Rez just got no idea to look for that. I mean, how would you know?
That's a crazy play from Stown. That one's going to hurt. Bomb's coming up a little bit late. Still a chance for Hampus to do something crazy. S-Tag has basically said, good luck, you're on your own. I'm not rotating over. You either win this or we lose. Chance, baits the peak, and oh, Hampus just runs out of bullets. That was almost really cool with 19 seconds on the clock.
If he gets that shot and there's, yeah, like you said, almost no time left, it kind of forces somebody else from Heroic to eventually try and take the fight. So there could have been a way to make that really awkward, but good job. Heroic finally picking up another round. They're up to 9. Stown coming up with a triple. He is, if you look at the scoreboard on their side, it's down to 25, then the drop is all the way down to Tessa's at 16, and then a couple of people at 13 there. So he is just putting a lot of effort into this right now. Which is good. That's kind of who he's meant to be, I think, and I guess projected by a lot of people in the Danish scene to be for a long time.
Certainly. 1 round lead. Good for Heroic to finally break up the momentum. That was 6 rounds straight for NIP heading back to the first half.
Yeah, more nades coming in as well from the CT side, and most of them beginning did kind of nothing. Shush at least gets tagged up, but it's another strong opening. Stown finding his 26th kill and almost to the smoke. Brolin, I don't know if they realize he's still back here, but he's very low on health already. Hampers would love to help out. I can't believe he's still there. 12 health left. And Brolin, he's finally going to be found. They just kept guessing and guessing. When they watch back the demo, that's going to be hilarious look for Heroic. But again, there is a gamble here for NIP. They do have 2 players, and now they're coming for the smoke. The flash is godlike, and there's nothing Hampers could do about it. S-Tag and Rez is not worth fighting this one.
No, they got to try and back out while the smoke is still up. S-Tag might be way too committed.
Go for the ninja.
That's what I'm thinking at this point, but that's going to be really hard to pull off, and it looks like they're clearing everything. He's just tucked in behind the sandbags, and oh, there's the peak. Didn't want to wait it out, so now they know. Gonna try and use utility to escape, but he's still boxed in. He's got nowhere.
Oh, grenade? Tessus, I can't believe he lived through that. He was at 14 health, so Tessus, no matter what, will have to try and run away from the bomb blast here. Stown is not going to miss a single shot this game.
What is
28 kills right now. Another triple for him. Yeah, if Heroic can end up winning this map, it'll be because of Stown.
He's the only answer they have right now at the moment. I mean, just absolutely beast mode from Stown. Gonna get dropped at the end. Low impact kill. You shouldn't say that. Rez is going to keep the op because of it. It's against mostly pistols, and Heroic saying, okay, we know the op's at B. We have a window of opportunity to gain some control towards A, maybe find a kill. But Alexi's going to start closing in from behind.
This should still be a very winnable round, given the weapon discrepancy here, but like you said, that flank is coming in right away. He's picked up the AK as well. Tess is going to get the kill, but Alexis here to mow them down, and that's a huge double. Shush is out of the round as well. That Orb on Rez from a distance, and now it's Cadian. He snuck up behind here, and they already know Rez has got the read. NIP, they steal the round away from Heroic, and you could tell almost
a little stunned.
Yeah, a little stunned. A begrudging kind of little fist bump like that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't actually want to do this right now.
Yeah.
I will. I know I should.
Wow. Great move for Alexi. Which, like we talked about, you know, that's all it takes. If they're relying on him that much, and he has a couple of rounds where he's the first guy to go down, then maybe that the whole team will sort of slow down behind it. But let's see. Tessa's starting to get there as well, and they've got Shush up there at 21 kills, so yeah, they could still do something here. But they need 3 in a row. And they need to shut down NIP's economy in doing so, just to make it even possible here. 3-man setup at the B bomb site. This looks like an incredible read out of NIP.
Nice nade. Stown brought down to 65. It was an incredible read for the moment, but Heroic is shifting. And NIP's defense isn't really set up for this all that well. One player in the bomb site, Rez, gonna try and find his way into the site as well, but there's gonna be no one in pit, no crossfire set up, a double site. So a lack of information and a lot of space for Heroic to work with.
Essentially an isolated 2-on-5 that they should never be able to win in this bomb site. Nice opening, and this tag doesn't even matter if he gets a kill there. He's still gonna be blown up immediately, so... yeah, not sure what exactly did it. I mean, there was one grenade thrown at top banana. I don't know what persuaded Heroic to go the other way, but that was a good call. 30 kills for Stown now.
Great flashbangs as well in the wraparound. Both players negated from their position on top of boxes.
Yeah, it's kind of an unwinnable position to be in. If you don't look for that wrap, you can hear the footsteps, you know that it's coming, then you're just going to be dead. If you look, then the flashes are probably going to hit you. So
the double sight on wrap attacks is so tough to defend against. Now, how much does Heroic actually want to chase these weapons down? It's not like they're sitting on any kind of big pile of cash. They got to be careful not to lose too many of these AK-47s, despite the fact that it'd be so valuable.
Potential security hazard. Oh, Stown is there. Did get ultimately flashed and taken down, but he nearly had the spray to complete the kill on Alexi. That would have been something.
I wonder what the situation would have looked like if there were two more Heroic players around.
If they weren't fiddling around with nades.
Yeah, if they weren't running back to T-spawn to pick up nades.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. Yabi's controlling the middle right now, kind of on his own. He was this last time. That's kind of been his job for some of this, and looks like he's going to get aggressive on. Rez going to try and find him. He'll see the gun barrel. Yabi might be dead already without even knowing it. He does almost get the spin, and now they have to go. They must realize mid has been compromised. They need to take this fight against Alexi before more backup starts to show up. And Alexi just has to hold them back, slow them down even a tiny bit. That'll be enough. Through the smoke, Tessus. I can't believe he got the kill. He should have been dead, and the grenade got stopped by the wall, so he's still alive. Although now finally comes Rez with a shot on the FAMAS. Shush faking out the bomb. Oh, he wasn't ready anyway. Rez will take him down, and it's 16 on the side of NIP. They dodged the...